What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to tonight's live stream. I hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good day out there in the crypto land. Let me tell you, probably the most extensive bit of research I've done for a live stream in a long time. But this isn't just going to be about price activity. This isn't just going to be like, oh, I think the market's going to go up and go down. We're going to dive into this deep, all right? I'm going to bring you some hard-hitting facts, some stuff you need to know. Everyone's panicking about the fact that silver and gold are crashing. I'm going to tell you why. Everyone's worried about what's happening with Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you why. We're diving deep into tonight's show, all right? So lots to talk about, and hopefully if you enjoy this type of format and you enjoy this type of content, then let me know. Smash up the like button, and also, just kind of let me know, because, I think I posted on X, I think it was yesterday, actually, that I absolutely have got a bit of mojo back. Like, I'm just determined to do some really good stuff, okay? So we're heading towards the bottom, maybe another, couple of months, but we're definitely heading that way. And then someone posted, they were like, oh, have you seen this person, like, everyone seems to be leaving again. So I'm like, right, we're dialing this up. This channel is getting dialed up. The second channel, by the way, is growing, not super crazy quick, and I thought maybe it would grow a bit quicker, but hey, I nearly had a video hit 500 views today. It's only been live 3 days, that channel, so that's pretty exciting. People kind of warming to the finance content we've got over there as well. So anyway, what are we talking about tonight? We're going to dive into who and what are the big banks and the big money buying right now, okay? So we've talked about price action. We've talked about Iran. All of this smoke and mirrors that's going on. Everyone's freaking out about the oil markets. Everyone's panicking about interest rates, all while at the same time allowing big money to scoop up billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Everyone's going to be like, but you are full of absolute garbage. But I'm going to show you tonight, we're going to be diving into what BlackRock's doing, what JP Morgan are doing. We're also going to be taking a look at Morgan Stanley and their massive announcement, and what have they been doing while everybody has been focused on something completely different, because this is going to shape what the next bull market looks like. And it could definitely be in a world of giving us an indication as to what is coming next, okay? So this is going to be a live and extensive, packed stream, okay? So get involved, and we're going to dive into it. First and foremost, we will, however, just take a quick look at the price, because I think it is worth it. And everyone's question is bear or bull. Well, bear at the minute, but that isn't the biggest question that we need to ask. There is a bigger question that we will answer this evening. But yeah, everyone is obviously, well, the two things people are worried about is, when is the market bottom coming in, and when should I buy back in? Well, like we said, a lot of institutional buyers are buying. This isn't hype. This isn't made up. This is facts, and we're going to talk about that in tonight's live stream. TikTok, you can see how many tabs I've got open at the top here. These are all very relevant topics that we're going to be talking about, and they're going to be bringing a lot of stuff here. So do save your questions. Do make sure you're engaging in the chat. Massively helps out the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the follow button if you're on TikTok. All of that good stuff, by the way. Would massively appreciate it. It supports the channel and allows us to grow a little bit more. So, okay, let's take a quick look at price action. And this is what got me thinking about this today. This has perked my interest. I'm like, okay, the market, I think I posted in the Telegram, in the premium Discord, actually, like, watch out on a couple of these lines. We were talking last night, if you remember, and I have actually introduced the 21-day EMA, just if anyone was curious, by the way. I've put the 21-day EMA into this chart as well, just because I thought, you know what, that's kind of a nice little number to have. So the yellow line is the 21-day, is the fifth. Oh my God, I can't remember what it is now. Hold on a minute. I think it might be the 50, actually. I might just be noobing it to the max. So yeah, the 50-day, the 21 is the green, and the pink is red. So this is the 50-day EMA. We got the 21-day EMA as well, which are kind of good indications of price movement, potential activity. Casey, what's going on, my man? And, kind of some of the stuff we can look forward to. Okay, so we talked about this yesterday. We talked about the fact we got a bounce here off the 50-day EMA, and BTC kind of pushed up. Now, I actually posted in the Discord, in the premium Discord, which you can become, or you can get involved with if you become a channel member. And I posted twice, actually. It's a massive bounce off the 50-day SMA. Could be a potential for more upside if it breaks yesterday's high of 71,200. We did say Asia was looking to buy, and the EU was the opposite. No escalation around could give us temporary uptrend once again. Well, look where we got to. 71,400 did not break. Broke the structural candle here at 71,198, but rejected very, very aggressive. I then was kind of posting about the fact that I thought we were going to see this kind of move back down, and that's exactly where we got to, okay? So pretty interesting there as we sort of looked at it and we kind of walked through there. So this kind of gives us an indication of what that looks like. One time says, look at the Bitcoin on the 3-day. Oh, I haven't got the 3-day chart on here, bro. There you go. There you go. There's the 3-day chart. Yeah, I mean, it's playing out, in my opinion, now as we expect it to do, which is, again, price target of this particular line here. So, yeah, that's what I envisage happening. But anyway, so we get this kind of move down. So I was thinking to myself, okay, well, that's fine. BTC pushing down. It's not the biggest deal in the world. Like, it's, you know, it's just life. Okay, maybe there's an escalation, which there was a little bit. And I have on the finance channel an update video coming on helium, which is actually going to cause loads more pain in the market than oil. More on that on the second channel. If you haven't already subscribed to it, do so. But this got me thinking, because I'm like, okay, BTC pushing down isn't unusual. That's relatively flat. The kind of wick from the upside to the downside at 1.7%. Altcoins kind of holding. Where this got really interesting was here. Gold absolutely fell off a cliff. Totally has fallen off a cliff. Everyone is freaking out right now. Massive deleveraging. Everyone's exiting gold ETFs like you've never seen before. Like all this insane selling in the metals market, the commodities market, even though everyone was telling us, oh, 2-bit's going to the moon, everything's going to go absolutely up, like you're wrong, it's all going crazy, like blah, 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 blah. Turns out they were all wrong, and actually this is playing out exactly as we suspected. We even talked about the potential of silver heading towards a $59 price range. Well, 61.90 is here on the 200-day EMA. Expect it to come and retest this range. But that's not what I want to talk about. This obviously perked my interest. I'm like, okay, BTC's holding up. Gold and silver are absolutely dumping like crazy. They are literally liquidating ETFs. They're liquidating their contracts. And this is the important thing to reference. The only people that have been buying a crap ton of physical gold, and there is a very much difference here, physical gold versus physical silver versus the actual paper contracts, which are obviously ETFs, then this is kind of why these prices are coming down. Deleveraging, selling off, getting rid of some of these ETFs that people have been tracking, and also while at the same time completely demolishing the retail market that's getting to here. Now, you could easily say, can you tell what you see for BTC? More downside. That's what I see for BTC. Doesn't Bitcoin follow gold? Not really. Not really. It hasn't done for a while now. They're almost decorrelated, and actually the opposite tends to happen. If you see a dump in gold, you generally see a pump. The point here is this doesn't make any sense. Think about it. You've got geopolitical tensions. Buy the dip is always where it gets to that point. Gold should not be selling off. Gold, in fact, should be the safe haven that everyone's running to. That is simply not the case. So what is going on, and what do we need to understand here? Gold, ETFs, paper contracts, as well as silver have been absolutely being dumped on. So who is controlling some of this money? Well, that leads us into the discussion that I want to have, and then we can kind of understand where this is going to go. Now, there is no surprise when you align this stuff that the stock market is also completely crashing today. You're seeing things like Nvidia down 8%, Apple down 6.13%, Microsoft as well as Meta all seeing a massive push down in the market. Okay, so we have push downs in the market, we have push downs in commodities. The only thing that's really holding up right now is the crypto market. Why would the crypto market be holding up? And let's be fair, it shouldn't be. It should absolutely be selling off as well. But why would it be holding up? And this is where it led me to head down a rabbit hole. All right. Yeah, they do. China is the one country that has been A, stacking an absolute crap ton of oil, B, stacking gold every single month. They bought more gold than the previous month. Every month without fail. China is one to watch. They have got so much gold that they have stockpiled. It is almost pretty crazy, okay? So hold on a minute. I'm just trying to type and I can't even type. I need to do that. Is it touch typing where you can kind of see what's going on here? Is it this one? So this is exactly the point I want to reference here, right? I was always trying to find. Look at this. The SPDR gold shares. This essentially is a paper contract ETF where people buy gold, not the hard asset. This is backed by the ETF, but actually just the fact that they buy the ETF. Look how much is down. 13% at close. In after hours, it's slightly better, but still selling. This should tell you one thing. They are completely demolishing the paper market when it comes to some of these ETFs. Look at this. You've got silver, the iShares Silver Trust down 6%, VanEck Gold Mines down 3%, the State Street SPDR S&P 500 down ETFs. All these gold ETFs, silver ETFs are absolutely dumping. Why? Well, the fear and greed index is at extreme fear for the stock market. This isn't the crypto market, this is the stock market. So you have irrational fear in the stock market. You've got tightened tensions in Iran. You've got nervousness when it comes to energy and all the rest of it. So why? This doesn't make any sense. And then you start to unwind the actual truth that's going on. And you start to understand that there is a genuine concern that the US is going to go into a recession. Now, people believe that we're going to see a recession by January the 31st, 2027, which is pretty wild if you ask me. But, hey, Nick, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. But this is kind of where it gets kind of interesting. So what is the best asset to hedge against a potential recession and hedge against inflation increases, right? Well, that is Bitcoin. It's a crypto market. We all know that it's generally a hedge against the dollar, it's a hedge against inflation, blah, 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 right? But there is now a 37% chance, according to Kelsey, which you are going to see a US recession. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to see a US recession. We haven't got a crystal ball. Lots of things can happen. The Federal Reserve can hike rates. As much as we don't want to see it, that can slow the potential risk here for recession. So you have got all of this stuff kind of coming in that is indicating one thing, that the US is heading for a pretty turbulent time when it comes to its economy, while at the same time they're investigating Jerome Powell, potentially going to bring a new Federal Reserve chair in, all of that good stuff, okay? So it's all like a pretty crazy stuff out there. But we'll get to the link back to the crypto market very, very shortly, okay? So trust me, I will get there. So this is all deliberate. But then you ask the question, why? And does it make any sense that we are seeing this kind of enormous sell-off in the market and that no one's really talking about it? Everyone's freaking out about the fact that you have got oil that's dumping, that no ships are going through the Straits of Hormuz, that essentially now the US is announcing that potentially even Iran has the capability to lock that down for 6 months. Like, oh my God, like think about that. And then with all of this going on, do you not think it's a bit weird here? Do you not think it's a bit weird that all of a sudden we now have got an agreement in principle to resolve the bank crypto clash? So they've now announced today from the White House that, yeah, we're all fine. Stablecoin reward yields. It's fine. We've got a working party. Everyone's cool with it. Like, don't worry about it. Senators Tim Scott, Cynthia Loomis. Again, if you didn't see my Clarity Act video, go check it out. But they said this: there is a tentative agreement with the White House on the language they hope to include in the crypto legislation that is aimed at resolving a clash between banks and digital asset firms over stablecoin yield, marking a potential major breakthrough for the bill. They've gone, oh, it's fine. Yeah, no, we're not that pissed. Like Bitcoin, it's fine. We're not super crazy about it. Yeah, I don't know what everyone was weird about. It's all a bit weird, right? All RPMs have been in a recession since they changed the definition a couple of years ago. I mean, probably, yeah. What is it? 2 months of negative GDP. I don't think the US has. So I'm just going to give you the top line and then we can sort of go through this a little bit more. What has actually been happening with Wall Street and how is this going to affect the crypto market? Well, look at this. 2017, Jamie Dimon starts to talk about Bitcoin and actually said Bitcoin is a fraud, all right? I'd fire anyone trading it. Goldman Sachs in 2020 came out and said Bitcoin is not an asset class. And even Larry Fink back in 2021 said very little demand for crypto. Fast forward, where are we sitting in the last couple of years? BlackRock launches their IBIT, largest Bitcoin ETF on earth. One of the fastest, if not the fastest growing ETF is. Fidelity launches their FBTC spot Bitcoin ETF. Goldman Sachs launched their ETF. JP Morgan now offering Bitcoin ETF access via their clients. And Morgan Stanley, which we'll talk about in a minute, launching MSBT, the Morgan Stanley ETF. This isn't all. BlackRock, as we know, launched their Ethereum ETF. It is the third largest growing ETF in the history of ETFs. No one's talking about this, right? No one's talking about it. It's fucking crazy. So the BlackRock ETF for Ethereum, the new staking one, is literally skyrocketing right now. And no one gives a flying fuck about it because everyone's panicking about oil. Which, by the way, I'm absolutely not worried about oil. I'm not in this kind of dismissive sentiment where I'm like, hey, like, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, we need to worry about it, okay? Oil is on my mind, as is the commodities market. But here is the direct shift that we are seeing that, in my opinion, is signaling a couple of key things. One, we definitely have more downside to come in the market because now they are positioning themselves. But at the same time, you need to understand how crazy this market is going to get. Might be 6 months, might be a year, but the $254 million in 1 week on AUM that went into this BlackRock new Ethereum staked ETF is wild. $146 million was added by investors, and they are monetizing Ethereum yield, okay? Think about it. They're not just buying freaking Ethereum to hold. And this is before you've got the likes of people like Tom Lee and everyone else to get involved in this and go, hey, we want a piece of the Ethereum staking action, like pretty crazy, okay? So BlackRock absolutely getting involved. Basically right now, Wall Street just unlocked a ability to use staking and make their capital work even harder. They don't need to do the Jane Street nonsense of scamming people. They are simply going to be able to put into yield products that can support them. Now, there is a caveat to this, by the way, because actually treasury yields are skyrocketing. The yield on treasury yields is skyrocketing as well, which is kind of not great. Grimmer, what's going on? Oil stock. Sorry, I'm late. Can you start again, please? Absolutely not. My question is, where are people rotating their money? They're selling golden stocks. They're going into treasury bonds. Yes, essentially, yes. On a short answer, they are going into treasury bonds and the crypto market. Now, there isn't a chart that I can show you that says, hey, this person sold gold, they bought Bitcoin. All I can show you is what I'm about to show you, which if you put the pieces together tells you that, well, big money's buying Bitcoin. That's why you're not seeing Bitcoin dump on the back of all this geopolitical tension. You're not seeing Bitcoin kind of collapse. And, equally at the same time, you are going to see this price push down because big money is here and they want it cheaper. All right? Pretty interesting. So this is a very important topic that we need to cover off. Now, it isn't just the new BlackRock Ethereum staking one. By the way, $146 million of brand new clients bought this Ethereum ETF. Like, think about that. That is wild. This is on top of $100 million that was the seed round put forward by BlackRock. So this is like a big deal. And again, no one really cares because everyone's panicking about the Straits of Hormuz. And if you were a conspiracy theorist, and I obviously am not saying that I am a conspiracy theorist, but I love a good conspiracy, you could say, well, is the Straits of Hormuz, I mean, I know people default and say, well, it's the Epstein files, it's the cover up for that. Is this the cover up for the biggest transition of wealth out of the traditional markets into a decentralized market before everyone else even can blink? Think about that. If you were in a world, by the way, where I think, if you're still holding on to this, BTC might go to 30K, I think you're absolutely deluded, but that's just my personal opinion. So, again, we are seeing this massive move on that, but that's not all. Okay, BlackRock, it's not all. There's way more stuff going on that we need to be aware of. Look at this. Morgan Stanley have now filed for a Bitcoin trust. And we know how Bitcoin trusts end up. They start Bitcoin trust. They put loads of Bitcoin into the Bitcoin trust. They then convert it to an ETF, sell the ETF shares out, make a shit ton of money, okay? This is exactly the playbook that we had Grayscale. They started as a Bitcoin trust. They did it with XRP, and they are now about to do it with one other cryptocurrency. I will let you put in the chat who you think it is before I answer that question. But they are absolutely getting ready to put some more money into this market. Okay, where's your tinfoil hat to? I've lost it. I lost it a while back. But yeah, so Morgan Stanley now are officially filed their S1 for a Bitcoin trust. Think about it, right? We are in a place right now where market sentiment is at its absolute lowest. Dale Russell in the building. What's going on, buddy? We're in this market where everyone is freaking out. The last of the retail investors are like, screw it, cryptocurrency is a scam. Morgan Stanley just come and position themselves for a nice new S1 filings. That's not all. We also have Grayscale. Look at this. Grayscale now looking to launch an hype ETF. I mean, talk about hype. It actually is on a bit of a discount right now. Not as much as I would like it to be. We've been talking about trying to get to hype for ages and it won't go down to the price we want it to go down to. But 39.13, maybe we get a chance at 37.8. Maybe we can touch here on the 21-day EMA at the green line and the 50 EMA here at the yellow line. Maybe we get the opportunity. But yeah, a hype Grayscale ETF is pretty interesting. You know exactly where that mother trucker is going to go as well. So if you're in this idea, bear in mind, we've been talking about hype now since here somewhere, the breakout. We were like, yeah, I kind of fancy looking at a bit of hype. It was on my list of altcoins to look at for 2026. Not saying that we called some absolute bangers, but we kind of did. This is absolutely playing out now as to where we expect it. So again, it's, we've got to get it approved and it's got to go through and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, Grayscale, this is actually breaking news right now. This happened about 15 minutes ago that Grayscale announced that they are going to go for a hype ETF, which if you think about that, could be one of the craziest ETFs that we've ever seen because this is already yield generating. They're already revenue generating in numbers of times. The hype DEX, PerpDex actually outperformed many big exchanges from a fees perspective. So you imagine that they can do something where they are holders of the token that are rewarded for holding it. Then what does that look like? This might even be the next real step into DeFi where you are going to get significantly higher yield back to people outside of just like an Ethereum staking ETF protocol. Pretty crazy, okay? Pretty crazy. Do you see a bit of an upside in the daily in BTC? I mean, BTC's holding up, I would say. I would say it's holding up right now. 70,000. I think it's pretty choppy between about 70,200. So, if you were to say a breakout, probably above 70,500, confirmed. I think until you get to there, it's not even worth thinking about personally. But yeah. So pretty crazy if you think about some of these ETFs products coming in and, kind of how and where they sit with this. I think this is a really, really important. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. Got stopped out on my World of Financial long on my BTC short. Ain't doing anything. Shame. So again, this is a pretty big deal. Breaking news. But that's not all. It goes deeper than this. So again, think about this. You also now have Standard Chartered. Okay. We know that Standard Chartered revised their Bitcoin all-time high price down from 200,000 to like 160. They got it wrong in the previous market. They now obviously have do it. Hope they do. Cosmos. I mean, it'd be pretty wild if they did it. I mean, I kind of like the Cosmos ecosystem. I don't hold a lot of anything over there, but it's kind of cool. So Standard Chartered, we know that they are generally pro crypto. They're pro adoption. They're pro kind of making things happen. Just partnered with the Hana Financial Group. Damien, thank you so much, my man. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, who the hell is the Hana Financial Group and why is that important? Because it doesn't make any sense to me and I don't particularly care. Well, this is where it gets pretty interesting. Hana Group is the South Korean's largest financial group that is importantly looking to expand into digital assets and stable coins, right? It basically is going to combine both the bank's network to explore blockchain infrastructure like JP Morgan, FX services, so these will be cross-globe services, and next-generation financial products. DeFi staking, all right? That's my personal opinion where I think this is going to go. Damien, what's going on, buddy? Pretty wild, okay? So, again, this is a fucking big deal. And all of this is happening while everyone's going, oh my God, the Straits of Hormuz is not open. Like, think about it. These are where the banks move. They're slimy people. They make things happen while you least expect it. While everyone's freaking out about the fact that maybe we missed the bottom on Bitcoin. Well, big money is making its play for many other positions out there. Pretty crazy if you ask me. But that's not all. There's even more going on right now that we need to be aware of. BlackRock, like we said, the fact that they are quietly launching further exchange-traded funds specifically for institutional clients. This isn't just your everyday, hey, look, we want to get some, access to, ETFs. They are doing it for institutional money. The banks, corporate treasury funds, hedge fund managers. We know it's happening. We know it's there. It's all pretty obvious, okay? But their new ETF, the iShares staked Ethereum, now offering 3% rewards. So imagine what I mean, we should probably take a look at this actually. What is the let me just move that microphone out. Hype token rewards. Do you get any rewards from it? I don't know if you do. I imagine you probably do on the perp decks. So tokenomics and schedule. Here we go. Staking. Oh yeah, you can. Look, staking on Hyperliquid using the Hyper Foundation. You what do you get here? Estimated APR. Let's have a look at this. So the best you could get is 2.25, and that would then and think about Hype as a appreciative cryptocurrency. That could be pretty wild as well. That would be pretty wild as well. So yeah, 2.25 is what the current rate is, and that would be if the price just stayed the same. I mean, think about that going up. But yeah, staking essentially now allowing investors to earn yields by contributing their tokens to help verify transactions on the network. It's pretty crazy, okay? This is essentially opening up Wall Street to a ton of stuff. Evolve in the building. Fairground, what's going on? Says up 2-bit matey. What's going on, pal? Appreciate you, buddy. When to buy BTC for long term if you have 50k? I mean, personally, I'm not buying anything, but I think even at the price of what, 70,000, it'll still be cheap in the longer run. Always DCA into positions though. Buy at 70, buy at 65, buy at 63, buy at 60, buy at 55. You got no rush. Don't just FOMO in 50k. That's a bad idea. But just make sure you hit the follow button as well. We talk about it. And I will be telling you in the premium Discord when we're buying, when we're selling, we're doing all that kind of stuff as well. Again, only what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor, but just telling you how I feel. Okay. So again, BlackRock, ETFs, watch out. Loads more coming. It's going to unlock an absolute shit ton of what's going on with it. And like I said, the few here that even the fact that, think about this wording, I think it sort of establishes the risk-free rate in crypto. Lorian Gabriel, the co-founder and CEO of Figment, the largest global staking infrastructure provider, saying that you can get approximately 3% holding Ethereum and be relatively sure about it. Think about that. The biggest global staking infrastructure is essentially saying, yeah, crypto's fine. Like, it's fucking risk-free. Like, what? Broski, come on. Absolutely insane. But it gets even crazier. It gets even crazier, and actually does, by the way. Look at this. Crypto exchange OKX hired the former LSEG European trading chief. What the fuck is this? Okay, what the hell is this? OKX, obviously everyone knows OKX, large cryptocurrency, hired the former head of the London Stock Exchange Group's pan-European trading venue to help lead its EU operations. MiCA regulation. Someone was asking about this yesterday, actually. Someone was asking about this. Ask 2-Bit lots of questions, everyone. He likes that. I mean, it's fair play. Like, yeah, if you got some questions, fire away. Analysts don't know anything, I swear. Always call in dumb expectations for each bull run. Everyone eats their BS. I mean, that's true as well. Casey's in the house. What's going on, buddy? On both, Sint. On both. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Waiting for 39k, the 0.786 Fibonacci, hopefully now. Wow, 39k would be pretty wild. So, yeah, Adam Wood, who was the chief executive at the London Stock Exchange Turquoise platform until the end of February, is joining OKX as the chief operating officer of its MiFID2 licensed business, according to people familiar with the matter. All right, pretty wild. So OKX are now positioning themselves for not only regulated European markets, but at the same time understanding how the London Stock Exchange may do things. Okay, pretty interesting. By the way, OKX being a top 10 exchange, well, is kind of pretty crazy when you come into it. And then that's all at the same time with the backdrop of MasterCard buying stablecoin star BVNK for $1.8 billion is preparing for the crypto era. Remember we said this, we've kind of talked about this a couple of times where we said, look, bear markets generally are where you start to see this kind of big money jostle and move around. What are they going to do when the markets move? When true adoption really is here, what does this look like? And for me, this is what it looks like. This is exactly what we've been talking about. This, in my opinion, is exactly what we expected. And in my opinion, this is the start of probably the adoption phase for the next bull market. Now, that doesn't mean that the price is going to spike to $80,000 tomorrow, $90,000 the day after. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But what I am saying is that we are seeing a significant increase in what people have. And that's not all. We're actually seeing this increase continue. And when you start talking about something like this, that large investors now are doubling down on crypto but getting a lot pickier about the risk, this is why you're getting so much more in terms of that. 73% of institutions are now planning to increase their cryptocurrency exposure in 2026. Pretty interesting, yeah? High net worth crypto trading volumes, for example, on the DBS Bank platform. So you guys know what DBS is, the Deutsche Bank, yeah? Deutsche Bank, $1.4 billion in just 6 months from institutional clients buying their cryptocurrency, not necessarily assets, but like the private lending, private, I mean, it's not really private trading, is it? Like, basically, these institutional options, let's leave it at that. That's where it makes sense, right? So, you know, you've got all this kind of idea. The NASDAQ's trying to go 24/7. We know about that. And you've got all of these other kind of products that are coming in. It's all pretty crazy, by the way. Institutional clients are going absolutely ham for the crypto market, which is great, by the way. It's great, by the way. And that will obviously then support a further move. The point here is, well, what is the play? Like, should I just be FOMOing the living crap out of everything and buying everything? I mean, because the BTC right now is trying to rally, not on the fact of what I've just talked about, but, you know, there is obviously a lot here that's kind of walking through. And the fact is understanding what's happened, because that will make you more educated and more deliberate in terms of some of the decisions you make. What is that decision? The reality is, given everything that's happening, institutional adoption that we saw in 2025 is going to be nothing like what we are going to see over the course, in my opinion, of the next couple of years. That probably sets us up for probably one of the most monumental bull markets of 2028, 2029 that we could probably expect to see, which is pretty crazy. And actually, this is probably going to get more and more advanced. We're going to see more and more adoption. We're going to see more and more people buying this market, getting ready for the craziness that's going to come in. So as much as right now, markets are bearish. Well, that's probably not fair, actually. Market sentiment, I still believe, is relatively bearish. You are seeing these big spikes in the market. And my personal opinion is this is buying at an institutional level. It doesn't make sense that gold is capitulating like crazy and BTC is holding. For me, some of the biggest accumulators of gold over 2025 were banks, hedge funds, all of these corporate treasury companies. And now you're seeing the complete reversal. I am not for a second stating a fact here that I believe that the banks are selling gold and buying Bitcoin, but it is hard to differentiate the fact that you are seeing a massive capitulation in gold, which doesn't make any sense. You are, and more specifically, by the way, you are seeing a sell-off in paper contracts, ETFs, versus the physical asset of gold. Now, what could be crazy, and I don't know if we can see this number, but what could be even more crazy, and this is Tomato Pete, tinfoil hat time, is that you see this massive liquidation of paper contracts and ETFs. These then liquidate loads of people. They sell the market down. They sell the overall price of gold and silver down. And what happens is then they go and buy an absolute shit ton of the physical asset of gold and then rally that price back up while at the same time exiting their Bitcoin positions to then rally that. Remember, big banks can basically do what the hell they want because they have the money to do it. Pretty wild, right? Pretty wild if you ask me when it comes through there. Again, I don't know if that is factually correct. I will definitely be researching to take a look at, but let me know what you guys think. Like, what's your thoughts on all that? Do you think it's coincidental that you're seeing this massive capitulation in gold and this kind of, not even necessarily a pump in Bitcoin, it's just holding there, while at the same time you have this like hyper nervousness of what's going on in the Straits of Hormuz, that everyone is like, oh my God, oil, which, by the way, just to let you know, on the day actually was relatively balanced. 107, currently 3.6%. It's not the craziest number. Brent crude futures looking like they're going to open a little bit more. LNG coming back down. All right, cool. That's not the worst thing in the world that we've seen. The stock market, as always, though, getting completely eviscerated by the fact that we see this nervousness over there in corporate TradFi land. Pretty wild, if you ask me. I think gold's on the obvious top, like S&P will probably cool off too, etc. next 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, I think so. Time in this market when Trump ends the war is key to success. Well, I mean, we talked about this yesterday, and I would argue that there is probably a nervousness that this war isn't going to end anytime soon. And I think, there's probably definitely a debate as to whether Trump is as in control as he says he is. Oh yeah, we can end this war whenever we want. All right, you just sold $32 billion worth of munitions to Saudi Arabia and I think Qatar, maybe even Kuwait, actually, I'm not sure. And you need $200 billion more from Congress. It's like, it doesn't feel like it's near the end, in my opinion. Evolve said the bomb's around 30 months from the all-time high or around 950 days after BTC halving. Yeah, between 950 and like 1016, I think generally is what we see. Oil is the worst to trade, unpredictable no matter what. I mean, oil at the minute, you could argue and say loads of people are long oil because whenever the strait is closed down, it's like, fine. I mean, I think it's $2 million a tanker if you want to go through there, payable in cryptocurrency and something else, I believe is what I saw. But yeah, pretty wild. So, are we in a bear market and how long does it last and what's the bottom? Well, I think, you could argue, yes, we're in a bear market. I think that's fair to say. I think you'd be naive to say that we're not, because even if you said, well, the Bitcoin is 70, it's up from its low at 60, yeah, it's down from 125. So I think we are. Where do I see the bottom personally? Well, I've got it on my chart here. So this is kind of where I predict we go to. Lows of 55,000. High lows, if that makes sense. This buy box of 60k. Basically, once we hit this red box, I am buying. I'll be buying spot bags and I'll be looking to then open up that big trade that we have as well. So this is could we go lower? Potentially. I mean, if you see it on a weekly candle, you can argue that if you go to the previous move from the top here, you start to get into a little bit more of an interesting move. 57.6, right in the money there. You could argue that you went lower to the 236 Fibonacci at 41.466, maybe on a retracement pull down. Could be an answer. I mean, that's kind of where I sit with it right now. But my best personalized trading strat is basically if it hits this red box, I'm buying. Now, obviously, loads of people have piled into longs and everyone's going, no, the bottom's already in. Like, at the minute, you would argue and say, well, look, Bitcoin's holding up pretty well. Difficult to argue against it, I guess, would be the point here in the minute. But so many things can happen. So much stuff can go on with Iran that we're obviously seeing that, may cause further nervousness in this market, which, again, you have to be kind of mindful and understand how this sort of all kind of works, really. So, yeah. Look at the RSI on the weekly. Yeah, I mean, just starting to tick back up to the control. So, yeah, you could argue we were oversold at the bottom again there at, 65,000. Not quite as low as we were back here. Actually went a little bit lower as we sort of walked through that. But, you know, starting to tick back to the upside on this one. You can see, though, the weekly candles. Remember, 2 candles is a trend. So, you know, I mean, we're going to have to do a big move. Where does this need to get to? 71,610 in order for this to be a green candle. But look at the momentum shift. You could argue here on the weekly, that is the direction on this one. So, yeah, I mean, maybe it comes in. Doesn't feel like this. I actually think this will do what we saw here, which is we come down, we get then the kind of retest to the upside, and then we roll over. Again, and I think we roll over down to here. Maybe we wick down a little bit lower, 50,000, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Now, if this candle was to print green and maybe it breaks above here at 72, 73,000, you're like, well, okay, then this is definitely something to watch, because then it's a case of, do we end up forming the cup and handle, retesting there on the 50-day EMA before then coming down to retest the low range and then bouncing back to the upside. So, you know, a couple of key things to think about here on this one. For me right now, this is kind of where I'm looking at. These are, you know, this is kind of what's on my mind as the potential move on the charts here for where BTC sits. I think, and by the way, what we just talked about for the last 35 minutes is why I think the price is holding up as opposed to like any other reason, if that makes sense. It's not holding up because the markets are bullish. It's not holding up because sentiment's good. Like, the only people that are buying right now, in my opinion, are what we've just talked about, which are the institutions. No one knows next few weeks, but we'll go lower by the end of the year. By the end of the year, man, I was talking about maybe we'd be back above 6 figures by the end of the year. Assuming that we probably make the lows in the next 2 months, for example. Maybe, you know, maybe the lows before May, before we get into kind of the summer months and walk through a relatively slow part of the, you know, the summer period. Obviously, it depends on Iran, but yeah, I mean, I was in a world of maybe seeing 6 figures by the end of the year, because I think once the bottom's in, we'll probably see it move pretty quickly, is my opinion. Trump will push the war into June. I don't think he can afford to. You know, he's got the midterms to think about. Oil was a super obvious long waiting for the actual first attack. I mean, yeah, that's absolutely true. Trump just announced he's planning to lower operations in the Middle East. Breaking news coming in, hence the pump we are seeing. Ah, interesting. Let me bring that up. Because if I was a betting man, I would say that is nonsense. And he'll say one thing but mean another, in my opinion. Breaking news. Okay, yeah, we got this here. Let's see what this says. So breaking news said we are getting very close to meeting our objectives as we consider winding down our great military efforts in the Middle East. With respect to the terrorist regime of Iran, 1, completely degrading Iranian missile capability, launches and everything else pertaining to them, 2, destroying Iran's defense industrial base and eliminating their Navy Air Force, including anti-aircraft weaponry, never allowing Iran to get even close to nuclear capability. I feel like he has to put this out, though. And always been in a position where the USA can quickly and powerfully react to such a situation should it take place, protecting highest level Middle East allies, including Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Kuwait, and others. The Hormuz Strait will have to be guarded and policed as necessary by other nations who use it. The United States does not. If asked, we will help these countries in their Hormuz efforts, but it shouldn't be necessary once Iran's threat is eradicated. Importantly, it will be an easy military operation for them. Thank you for your attention this man. I mean, when you read between the lines on that, I mean, look, I'm going to call something pretty strongly here. I think that's nonsense. I think it's nonsense. Think about it. We've gone from the European country needs to help us out with the Straits of Hormuz to, well, we don't actually use it, so screw it, we're not bothered. Like, nah, come on. I think, yeah, I'm calling BS on that. I'm calling BS on it. That's just my personal opinion. I mean, people can have their opinions if they want, but this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You have got an increase in missile attacks from the Iranians. You've got an increase in drone attacks from the Iranians. I saw something yesterday, and again, you always got to be careful what you see on X and news feeds, but this was like a new type of missile they use, like a cluster munition missile that can absolutely wreck loads of places. Like, definitely not in a world where I think this is getting even close to being like, yeah, chilling out. I think, if anything, he has to sort of, yeah, I mean, he has to try and do something to kind of chill out. He's essentially saying United States ain't going to use the Straits of Hormuz. Holy crap, it's creating a global problem. And Trump's going to go, it's not really our problem now. It's like, what? Pretty wild. I think this is a way of getting European countries to get involved, because obviously loads of them are saying no. So I think this is Trump's strong arm effort to say, look, you either get involved or we're not going to do anything with the Straits of Hormuz. We've got Venezuela. But yeah, none of this makes any sense. I'm calling BS on this. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know what you think, guys. Do you think this is BS or do you think this is like Trump actually being genuine and be like, yeah, no, we're fine. We're cool with everything. Don't worry about it. Seems a bit out there. Yeah, they're sending troops for sure. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, I heard 5,000 troops on its way over there. I mean, it has created, like you said, a little pump here on BTC on the hour. So, you know, nice little move up. You know, is this... I mean, this could be a short trade if you ask me. 70,500. We have been there most of today, by the way. A little bit higher. 70,007 being the high of the day. Maybe we short this. Like, this could be interesting. But imagine if Iran did get a nuke. I mean, I was just looking then. There was a thing about North Korea actually on here. Which, I mean, is even more terrifying if you think about it. So Kim Jong-un parades in battle truck with his daughter. Kim Jong-un appears atop a battle tank during military drills alongside his daughter in a show of force by the North Korean state media. It's like, right. Okay. Yeah, because I saw this earlier. I saw this, which is the old town of Israel. So someone just targeted the old city of Jerusalem without explosives. The major escalation. Prepare for all sides to blame each other. Like, that's not de-escalation. They're literally attacking civilian establishments. Like, it's not a de-escalation. Yeah, I'm calling absolute BS on that Trump thing. That's my opinion. Like I said, people can call me out for it, but I'm calling it. Look, he says, let's do it. Going in with a short. Where would you go in there? Where would you go? Let's have a look. What are we thinking here? What do we got as a play out? You know, you've kind of got an inverted head and shoulders maybe starting to come in. Do you see well, I mean, I don't know. What do I see here? What do I see here? That's the question. Fibonacci on the shorter time frames breaks above the 70,600 range. Short this from, I mean, you could short this from probably 70,600. Like, if we were going to put this short trade on, where would we go in? There. Stop loss, probably, yeah, I mean, probably just above the 786, 71.2, and then take profit just below the 236 Fibonacci. What's that? You get a ratio of 1.57. That's not horrendous. It's not horrendous. Risk versus reward of 1.57. I mean, maybe it was wick that. Let's leave it there. I see a pump, no short. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, you could argue the broader thing. I mean, look at that. Short time frame comes down, retest the 382, Fibonacci 70,000. Take the little win. Little cup and handle pattern playing out there. I mean, what else have you got to think about? Inverted head and shoulders. I mean, it's pretty weak, isn't it? As an inverted on the 30-minute hourly chart. You know. Let's see. Let's see what it plays out like. Let's see what it plays out like. Where do we say we're going to go in? I can't remember that. It was 70,600. So I'm sure adding at 72.8. Stop loss 74.4. I'll leave that short trade and see what it does. I've had a Bitcoin short on for the last 24 hours, 25x, but I haven't put a stop loss or a take profit. I'm just hoping to ride it down to 63k. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Guys, if you haven't already, do hit the like button if you can, and also share the stream out. That would be really appreciative. Really appreciative. If you want to trade with me, by the way, we've got two exchanges that I highly recommend. Bitunix and WEEX.com. Both of them give you 50% rebates. No one else on YouTube has given you that potential. Only for people involved in the 2-bit crypto community. And they just added commodities to Bitunix as well. So you only have a few I'll have to get a new one. But you can sign up to this. You still get this offer, by the way. But yeah, check it out. 50% here on Bitunix. Deposit $1,000, you get $500 back. And like I said, WEEX.com we also have, and they have got an amazing deal and offer for you guys as well. So check both of those links out in the description. They're also in my bio on TikTok, and that will take you to the link tree where you get access to all of these, including Mexi as well. So check both of those out. 50% rebates. You can trade all the ones you go on. They got the coins you need, the liquidity you want. It's all pretty bullish. So yeah. Yeah, I don't have a TP. I am mostly short BTC and trying to catch bounces on alts, but not every alt is very strong. That's true. I mean, I got a nice short on Lunk yesterday, but that was about as good as it got. I think it was. So, yeah, look at this. 70,500. This short would be playing out right now. This would be a nice little short here. I mean, obviously, it's very, very tenuous because it's a 30-minute chart, but yeah, see what it is. This single candle outdid New York session. Yeah, I know, it's wild, isn't it? Look at it. Look at it. But you have to be careful with some of this. Trust the pump. Never trust the pump. Especially on the back of a really, really dubious Donald Trump post. I'm not going to lie. Really dubious. I'm not sure I would be in a world of like, definitely pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, if you ask me. Hey, who am I? What do I know what I'm talking about? Also, by the way, trading on shorter time frames is generally not advised because it can be pretty crazy. Look at Zebek, by the way. Man, 14% up on the day. Holy crap. Zebek is going wild for everybody that's in there. That is a pretty crazy one. Yeah, look at this. This trade would be nice right now. This would have been a great trade to get involved in. You don't always get them right. Sometimes you get them right. BTC is pushing down. 70,400. Excuse me. Pretty sure the US needs Hormuz more than EU. They don't go through the Hormuz for the EU. Well, they found another route through, but I can't remember where it was. I can't remember. I did see it somewhere. He said it's morning live conference that the UK and NATO are cowards, and that he said Hormuz, he doesn't want the US is independent and the EU is. I mean, yeah, it's like the kid that goes in there, causes chaos, and then leaves in it a little bit. So we'll see. This is BS. Norwegian King called the emergency clause meeting on Wednesday. That happens only once every couple of years. And yesterday, Norway pulled out from Iraq like the rest of NATO. This is time. Grimmy, you're probably right. You're probably right. And yeah, I think you're in a world, aren't you, with me? You're absolutely in a world to me that's like, yeah, it's just absolute nonsense. If it came from Trump, it's fake news. So yeah, I mean, there hasn't been an official announcement, but well, that was from the official. Yeah. Oh, that's from the Kobalisi letter. Reporter, what's your plan for Cargill? And President Trump said, I may have a plan or I may not, but how would I ever say that to a reporter? All right, cool. Bye. Cheers, old Trumperino. White House official, the US Army is capable of seizing Iran's Karg Island at any time. Well, we don't need the Straits of Hormuz. We don't really care about it. We're going to seize Karg Island. Iran's only like biggest bit of exporting oil. Yeah, we're going to have that mother trucker. We've got Venezuela. Let's get Karg Island as well. Why the hell not? Yeah, I'm calling BS. I'm calling BS live with you guys tonight. 100%. I say we clear the candle and go back up. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think people have gone, oh, brilliant, de-escalation. That's what everyone wants. Like, fine. And then actually people go, hold on a minute. It's not de-escalation at all. Again, it's all going to be, I mean, what's Brent crude? I know it won't open when it's Friday. God, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Man, Brent crude at 112 on the market opens. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty crazy, isn't it? So look at that. Brent crude went to 106. And now you're in, obviously, the weekend trade. But look at this. This is already starting to wake up. Yeah, this could end up being pretty wild, if you ask me. I don't think they're going to go into Karg Island. Well, they took all the military installations, allegedly, out, didn't they? Is what I heard. Whether that's whether they decide to go in or not, I guess it's, they don't need it. They've got Venezuela, but do you think Demo will do well? What the hell is Demo? I don't even know what that is. Yeah, saw that Bitunix added several stocks last couple of weeks. It's cool. Yeah, it's critical. Their exchange is great. And WEEX, by the way, as well. I can't say anything bad about them. Instant transactions, instant closing of leverage. Like, I've had zero problems with both for WEEX and Bitunix. So, yeah, check out those links. Again, 50% rebate. No one else giving you that type of benefit. 50%, yeah. Can you use in the UK? Yes, Evolve, you can. You can use both of them in the... I think Bitunix is slightly better in the UK. So, you think lows in a few months? Yes. Have I investigated Demo crypto? No, I haven't. Time to buy oil. I mean, maybe. US only uses 5% of Hormuz oil. Is that what it is? Really? That's wild, isn't it? No, Tim. No. We can do that in a minute. Demo's up 30%. Wow, what is it? Is that a DeFi project? Yeah, we could do it in a minute, Tim. We'll do it for like the last 10 minutes. And go through that. But yeah, I purposely haven't done it because I wanted to go through it with you guys. The bot, if anyone's interested, by the way, was having a reasonably good day. It did close a couple of trades down, but yeah, had a short on Tau, which was going pretty well, and then shorted Aero as well. This was like 1 o'clock this afternoon. Obviously, market's ripped a little bit, but still in a, still in a decent one. Had a couple of trades today. Closed out a Sol long, which is like insane. Again, I don't know why. I think it just has some really tight stop losses on it. But when market fluctuations are like it is, it's probably not ideal. But yeah, Right now, it's in a Tau short, which is doing all right, which I think will probably get us nearer to, what's the total P&L for today? 86 cents. It would put us green if it decided to close out on that Tau. But again, if markets decide to push down, then, hopefully we, it prints a little bit. And Tau looks like it is down 3.5% on the day. So, man, look at Quant, by the way. 7.5. I haven't really looked at the rest of the market today. Man, hype's going back up again, bro. I mean, it's like, this is like the FOMO's kicking in. Should buy hype. But yeah, Tau's been kind of over for a little bit, hasn't it? So definitely seeing a bit of a sell-off on there. BCH still doing pretty well. Junction, we were talking about this back at like down here somewhere, talking about a potential breakout. Look at this. The 21 over the 20, pretty crazy there on a big move. Remember, if you are curious, we've got the MA1, which is the big yellow line. That is the 50-day EMA. The 21 is the green line, and the purple line or the blue is that. So 21 over the 20, generally seen as a positive move there. 21 over the 50. Trump is the, Howard says, Trump is the greatest president of our time. I voted for America, not men in defund the, yeah. I mean, that's true, yeah. Fair play. Quant is on Robinhood. Listen, nice. There are a lot of cards Trump has. It all depends on the long-term effects of it. Yeah, and how long it's going to go on as well. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So, BTC clipping. What do you want to know about it? BTC is holding up. I mean, yeah. I mean, not super crazy. Like going back down. Well, going back up again. I didn't mean to do that. Didn't mean to do that, chat. Yeah, there we are. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of holding up. That was the potential trade we would have put on there. Demo is a technology that collects and uses cars put out and sells it, fuel usage. Oh, okay, fine. Take a look at it. Yeah, BTC right now obviously did get a bit of a wick up on the potential announcement of a de-escalation in Iran. Not sure it's actually going to play out as we expect, but hey, that's kind of where people have got to. Well, that's fine. That's fine. I still, by the way, do not think that it is de-escalating. But we'll see. We'll see. Tau and Hype are getting the volume. Yeah, definitely. I mean, Hyperliquid, we've been talking about for a while. That's definitely something I've been looking at. Definitely something I'm interested in. This is just a trade. If I'd put a trade on, this would be what it is. So this is obviously it's a short trade. So assuming that it's going to push down, this would be the stop loss. So we were just talking about this trade setup earlier, just kind of walking through what that looks like. Hype looks like it will drop, mate. Don't like that pattern. Yeah, maybe. Obviously, if they get an ETF, then that could be pretty crazy as well. But, I guess it could drop. All depends, I think, broader market structure, doesn't it? Are you on about these lines here? Are you on about this or this? Bro, how do you as a miner and go mine? So I'm not in go mining. We can look at the as a miner. Like, we can do that if you want. If you guys want to take a look at it, for sure. I can bring it up. So, yeah, so if you are curious about it, you can check out the video that I did. So here is my dashboard, which I showed you yesterday. So you can see there, I actually got a little bit more than I was expecting. So I got $16.03. So yeah, if you are interested, by the way, let me put that down there. You can check it out. But yeah, I deliberately didn't do anything with it because I thought, well, we'll just do it live on the show. Like, it's way easier. So, oh, please tell me I just got that fly. Oh, there's been like a little tiny fly flying around this office now for about the last week. It's really frustrating me. Really frustrating me. So, but yeah, this was kind of, oh man, that's super annoying. Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, this is kind of where it is right now. So, if anyone wasn't sure, by the way, I put $1,000 in. You can see it here, I think, where it shows you my mining power. So, yeah, here, look, 1,100 USDT. My next reward is in 19 hours. And yeah, like I said to you guys, my personal strategy when it comes to this is put it in and do it. So if I click withdraw, I'm going to withdraw in, man, where am I going to send it to? I don't want, I'm just going to move it off the screen a second, just because I don't, oh my God, what's happened? Where's everything gone? Hold on a minute. Okay, let me bring this up. I am going to do it. I'll bring it back. I just don't want anything weird to come up on the screen that then people can see, like wallet addresses and passwords and stuff. So I will bring it back up. So if I take it in, man, where am I going to take this to? Does Solana, man, I can't remember what this wallet address is. Right. Okay, so what can I take it out in? Receive. This is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Sui base. Has Phantom Wallet got ETH on it? Oh, it has. So I can send it to there then. Okay, so if I do USDT ERC20, okay, that's fine. And then do this. So receive Ethereum. Send it to that wallet address. And then I'll do, if I just do like $15. Okay, so let me bring it back over here. So yeah, so ERC20 to this wallet address, $15, withdraw. All right, where does this go? For God's sake, it sent me an email code. Okay, right, let me get an email code. I might have to TikTok, I might have to like, sorry TikTok. Whoa, my gosh, hold on a minute. Let me just see where this code goes. Right, okay, I've got it. Right, so the code is 453299. Confirm. So that withdrawal is successful. All right, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I will close that down. Click on this, and it is in my wallet. There we go. TikTok, you can see that. You can see that, can't you? $15 is in my wallet. So, yeah, it is there. I can screenshot it just if anyone is curious. So, I mean, I would say, cool. So, there you go. Just if anyone was curious. There you go. $15. $15 literally just gone in there. So, yeah. So, there we go. There we go, chat. ETH fees got better, but still I've got a lot. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much the ETH fees were on $16. Well, I can tell you if you want. I tell you what, I bet they aren't that bad. Let me get the wallet address. ETH. And let's go to Etherscan. Put it in there. If you are interested, by the way, and again, it's not constituting financial advice. You got to do your own thing, all the rest of it. Do use my referral link because you might as well not just give it away for free. You might as well let me have a bit more, and then we can maybe do something with it on the channel. So if you are interested, like I said, so far so good at me. You know, I can't argue that one. So yeah, so it came through as an ERC20 token. Here you go. Here's the transfer, and the fees were 0.007. Holy shit, that is like ridiculous. Wow, fair play. Fair play, Ethereum. I mean, God, do you remember like doing like fucking $500 on a transfer? That's absolutely insane. So yeah, so far so good. I will keep you guys posted on it as well, by the way. So, you know, we can kind of walk through this as a bit of a journey and see kind of what it does. But yeah, I mean, so far it's only been one day, so I'm not going to like, oh, you know, I'm super crazy and it's like the most amazing thing in the world, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, if you are interested, then, you know, check it out. All right, you don't have to. I've said I'm going to give it a go with some trading profits as a giveaway. Nice. Yeah, it's better during non-busy times. Yes, wow, bro, just a thought. Whoever has signed up using your link in Bitunix, like me and as a miner, how about you in a campaign on daily or weekly withdrawals to our wallet, small amounts, 15 and 20 is appreciation? I mean, we could definitely do something like that. We could definitely do something like that as it goes through. At the same time, in a completely selfish manner, you wouldn't know about it if it weren't for me. So I'm not, by the way, I'm not saying, I'm not, but you know, a lot of people know I'm not a dick, by the way. So I am up for something, but, again, it's difficult to know what people do in terms of like wallets and that, if that makes sense. So like, if I was to say, well, yeah, it's fine, I can just send you $20 back a week. It would need to be, I need to know where it was going to, but I'm down for doing something. I mean, we gave away a We gave away an EliPal wallet, if you remember. That was like 80 bucks. Tim, did you ever get that, by the way? But I'd be down for it. That's why I'm saying, like, do something. I mean, I've given away probably, what, 15 grand on this channel in the time I've had it? Probably more than I think anyone else has on YouTube. Yeah, we've given away probably 15 Gs, I reckon. Maybe even a bit more, actually. Maybe it got to like 20k. I can't remember. Nice, Tim. Do you use it, yeah? I mean, it's pretty nice. Didn't some guy get wrecked trying to take a loan out on Aave? He lost like 50 million in his... Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Again, I would definitely not be like in a world of doing anything super crazy and been like, oh, I'm going to put my entire house in there. You know, you just be mindful with some of this stuff. I'm not saying it's bad. I'll give you my my views, my thoughts, what I've done. You know, you all know the strategy I'm taking with that. Like 30 days, I'm going to get, you know, what? Half my investment back out. All right, cool. Then I'll start compounding and start seeing what we can do with it. So, you know, be mindful, in my opinion. Quebec with mining drops, buy and burn. Nice. Yeah, nice, Tim. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool wallet. I like it. I like it. They have some discounts running as well. So, okay. So where are we at right now with BTC then? So 70,500. Interesting if we close above this, by the way. Interesting if we close above this. Could be a pretty solid move if all, you know, ends up kind of playing out as it is. Jasmine, I mean, Jasmine's not doing anything super crazy. Junction, on the other hand, is going crazy, which, by the way, is good news. You know, Junction up 15% is actually pretty wild. Jasmine is down 0.5%, which you are probably seeing some rotation from Jasmine into this, which would be pretty interesting. That rotation may happen back the other way though, which would be great, and that's when you might end up seeing a nice little move on, you know, potentially on Jasmine as well, which would be kind of cool. So, yeah, that would be good. That would be good if you ask moi. I keep pressing the wrong button. I was gonna see have you been trading on Bitunix today? Behave. I was gonna have a look, see what it was. Obviously, I get a report every day in terms of trading volume that's gone through. So, because I think it was more than 49 million is an entire investment. I mean, the thing is, if you're not like, it would come up on the wallet, wouldn't it? And go, do you really want to spend $50 million on this trade? And you'd be like, no, I'm probably okay actually. I think I might leave it. People are like, click. Yeah, send $50 million through this trade. Like, why the heck not? Lightman007 says, great channel, 2-bit. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. I mean, it's insane that it went through, yeah. It's like when not Coin Market Cap. What are they called? What's the Crowcoin one? Man, Crypto.com, where they sent like $26 million to people. You're like, what the? Might get a micro bear flag over the weekend? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. I mean, this move right now is pretty interesting. Like I said, we thought maybe we'd get a sell-off. Damage Dealer UK becoming number 10. Thank you so much. River USDT, please. River USDT. What is that? Feels like a coin market cap kind of thing. 2-bit, if you were going to ever do something like BAF mentioned, the game to play would be that the earnings get put into rec to help pump the token. I mean, that's true as well, Curtis. Yeah, we could definitely do that. That would be a good idea, actually. River's kind of like Pippin and all those highly manipulated coins. Is it really? I think we looked at this before. Maybe we have, actually. Do you know what? Curtis, I'm down 100% for doing that. I just would want to do it in a way more structured way versus how we did it with Marbits. Because you think about it, we gave away like 20 grand, and the thoughts would be like, if you won 1,000, people might go, I'll go buy 200 bucks on the chart. They just didn't. They just sold as well, and it was like brilliant. I mean, we gave away, I think the top prize we gave away was $1,500. And that just didn't then transpire back into the chart, which is like, oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, I would be down for doing something like that. One of the things that I want to code would be some sort of like trading bot. Because yeah, if you got loads of people like trading and then they're generating revenue and then you put it back into the chart, like, yeah, think about it. Like, it isn't necessarily even about rewarding. It's about making your chart look appealing for people to buy. Like, it's a really different way of thinking about it. Like, in my head, with Marbits, I'm like, high liquidity, reward the user base, like all that kind of stuff. No. You just want to be in a world where you're saying, when people look at the chat going, holy crap, this thing doesn't ever go down. Like, it's just pumping. Like, that's kind of what you need to do. In my opinion, that's kind of where we get to. So, Crypto Nostra says, this is your trade. What is my trade? As in the thing on the screen, is that what you're saying? Yeah, this is that river, if this is what you're talking about. It looks terrible. I mean, it looks like it pumped to oblivion and dumped even harder. So, yeah, I don't know if I'd be putting my money into this at all, really. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it's got some sort of crazy narrative, but, yeah, feels like a bit of a risk, in my opinion. I'm not even saying put it all, take some for yourself. I'll say, yeah, look, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'd be happy to do whatever. I'd be happy to do literally whatever, like, I'm down for it. And again, I'll just be dead honest and dead transparent with it. The problem we had with Marbits in the end is I ended up losing the most out of everyone, which is insane when you think about it. So not only did I pay for the contracts, pay for the building of the DApp, paid for all the I literally launched a token and made lost the most amount of money on it. That's almost ridiculous if you think about it. Like a dev that launched a project lost money on a project that went to $1.3 million market cap. It's like, holy shit, how did you lose that? Like, how do you lose money on that? But hey, you live and you learn, don't you? That's my theory. And again, we have all the infrastructure. I still have all the hard coding for the DApp. I have all the rights to the DApp. So again, that could be reskinned, redone to a different way, put into a slightly different idea, like all that kind of stuff. Like we could do that. So yeah, with Azamines, can you take your initial deposit back out, or is it just no? You can't. I don't think there's a way of taking your initial back out. So once that money's in, it's in. So then you take the reward. So yeah, I guess that's the point, isn't it? At least I don't believe so. Withdraw. Just have a look now. Yes, it's just the rewards on it. Flow going to zero. I swear everyone that got that airdrop sold immediately. I mean, I haven't seen it for a while, but yeah, man, this BTC move is pretty interesting, right? Man, I'm late. I just found with you. Your title big money bought the crypto dip like crazy. Please analyst in the paralysis of my sell trade. An analysis with paralysis, my sell trade. I mean, go back to the start of the live stream. Basically, it talks about why or what we're seeing with big institutional money, big banks, that they're all now repositioning into the crypto market and no one's seeing it. No one is watching what's going on right now. So yeah, go and watch the start of it. I highly recommend it. It's worth it. There's a lot of stuff we talked about, a lot of news we covered, and a lot of very obvious things that no one's paying attention to. The whole move straight is where everyone cares, but there is bigger things at play that many people are missing right now. But basically, big money is positioning himself right now. You got a hype ETF coming by Grayscale. You've got Morgan Stanley now putting a Bitcoin ETF, 3% rewards on the BlackRock ETF for Ethereum. Like, it's all pretty wild, if you ask me. It's all pretty wild. So, yeah, go definitely check that one out. Highly worth looking at, in my opinion. Bro, how's your bunny going doing? The design theme was so cute. Can you once show again the bunny? It's so cute. I love it. Yeah, it's not doing anything right now. It's again, we'll launch it when I think the time is right. When the markets are super hyped and super excited and everyone's FOMOing into anything they can find, then yeah, we'll launch it. It's already deployed on the Ethereum network. It's already ready to go. Like, it's all done. The tokens are with the deployer wallet. Like, yeah, it's all done and sorted. It's literally add liquidity and boom, away we go. But you know, what you don't want to do is launch a coin and then all of a sudden it just absolutely tanks. So yeah, that's why we're not doing it yet. Was looking to deposit 10k, want bigger rewards, but bigger risk. I mean, that's true as well. That is true. That is true. My view, by the way, with anything like that is earlier the better. I think there is less risk. There's always risk attached with anything, but the earlier you're in something, the better generally seen is it. And yeah, what you can afford to lose. I always go into anything with the view that, hey, look, if I lose it, I'll lose it. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. If you can afford to lose 10k, then yeah, fair play to you. Then yeah, might be, you know, absolutely worth it. The only thing I think I would do if I was strategizing personally is I would probably set an account up and drop 1,000 in it, and then I would use that referral link to then put the other 9,000 somewhere else, because then you would get the benefit of doing it. I think that's what I would do. But I mean, yeah, if you put 10 G's in, $135 a day on average is what you get. Again, this is not a constituting financial advice, and I definitely aren't giving you personalized financial advice. That would be insane. But yeah, like I said, you guys got to do what you got to do. Yeah, always strategize, please. Well, that's what I would do anyway. That's my view. Again, if you are just thinking, hey, I'm just going to put a little bit in, then do use that referral code. It's definitely worth it. Wouldn't real whales just use OTC desks? I would think that they do anything on the exchange. It's to dupe the public who follow Wake. Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. Well, we saw that. You've seen that with, I think it's JP Morgan. We've talked about that, where they deliberately set buy and sell walls up to try and freak markets out. And then they would just remove them when everyone totally capitulated their positions and everyone totally freaked out. That is literally what they're doing right now with the ETF market. I think, can we see, where do we see silver? Where do we see this? There must be somewhere we can see it, like Bloomberg or something. Right, let's have a look. That's not what I want to see. I mean, you only kind of get this. I thought there'd be somewhere I could just track ETFs. Like, you know, but again, look at this. This is kind of going into the point I was making at the start of the live stream. Silver ETF down 4.16%. Like, I know the underlying asset is pushing down, but they are literally just dumping. They're just dumping paper contract ETFs. It's wild. Like, it's fucking wild. No one's selling like hard silver. No one's selling hard silver. But paper contracts of silver, yeah, they're dumping them faster than you can say hot dinners. Pretty wild. I remember one day I did get wrecked and never looked again. Now I'm curious what coin it was. Oh, there you go. There is actually a wrecked coin out there, which essentially is why we tried, you know, wrecked is kind of a good thing. It has, can you redirect profits to your initial deposit to accumulate itself? Yes, you can reinvest it, yeah. You can reinvest it. Again, these are strategies you take. My personal view is you always just want to get something back out of the platform. In my head. So I go, okay, break even, 67 days. So if I do 30 days, I get half of my portfolio back. I take my risk down by 50%. Cool. Then I might reinvest for 20 days, reevaluate where I'm at. And then that might be another 30 days to take another 50%. So within 60 days or less, 50 days, I could be risk off on that particular investment, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. I do little withdrawals. Hopefully the tax man doesn't come for me in different exchanges. OTC desk sales and buys are never public. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, and like, you'd be naive to believe they're not happening as well. So, of course they are. I think what's important is that they're putting the infrastructure in place. What's going on, Waddy? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I forget you're on a different time zone now, aren't you? I was saying to Daniel yesterday, by the way, we need to get back on the live next Wednesday. So I need to do my normal YouTube show, like I'm doing now, and then we need to kind of kick it back on that Wednesday show. So if you're about, it would be great to, great to hang out and chat. We haven't chatted for a while, so that'd be awesome. So if you're free next Wednesday, 10:30 UK time, which I think is like 6:30 for you guys, maybe now. I'm not sure because the clocks are all a bit weird. But yeah, it'd be cool to kind of get there. Heads up forming on the 15-minute hidden bear div on BTC. I mean, yeah, BTC is definitely kind of playing out. I mean, this would liquidate, it would hit the stop loss. So far, Mr. Crypto1633, which I've totally forgotten what your name is in the Discord now. Because of the G, though. I'm sorry. Then, yeah, you are winning this trade. So, yeah, fair play. Can you share details about your token like contract and total supply? Also, when you print dollars, just buying your wrecked. I like your token name. Hey, thanks, man. So it's not launched yet. We built it on the back of another project that we got wrecked on. A while back. So basically, it's fully audited. The contract's fully audited. And yeah, it's literally good to go. We just need to add liquidity on it. So the supply is 1 billion. So if you go to www.rect.com, rectrabbit.com, sorry, you'll get all the details on there. The only thing you won't get is the contract address because we haven't released that yet. But yeah, go to rectrabbit.com, check it out. All of what's there is there, including like the socials, the Telegram, and everything else. Like I said, it's relatively dormant right now. But yeah, we've got all the money. It's all ready to rock and roll. We've got the liquidity set. We've got, it's all good to go. Basically, we just need markets to turn around and get excited. That's kind of what we're doing. Whose coin is it? It's my coin. It's my coin, and it's not going to be a pre-sale. It's going to be a stealth launch when we do launch it. It's going to be a stealth launch. But yeah, I control everything about it. So the original coin we launched was Marbits, which we did a pre-sale and all of that kind of stuff, and then it ended up getting wrecked by some bad people, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'm being guided by DM from 2bit Crypto account on how to make money. It's not me. It's not me. It's not me. That is not me. I am not messaging you. I don't message you. Where are you getting that from? It's not me, mate. It's not me at all. I do not DM anyone. You can catch me 6 days a week here live on YouTube. So just ask me the questions here. It's definitely not me. Discord. It's definitely not me in Discord. Go into the general chat. That you must not be in the Discord. What's your username in the Discord? They shouldn't be able to direct message you in the Discord. But it's not me. It's definitely not me. I had some nice chats with the fake 2-bit guys on Discord. Eat good food. Are you in there? Where are you? Oh, you are there. Yeah, it's not me. It's definitely not me. So go into general chat. If you want to talk to me, you'll see I'm the only one with a red name. I'm the only one with the red name. I do not DM anyone. I don't send any messages to anyone. I promise it's not me. All right. So please be very, very mindful. Lots of people are trying to infiltrate our Discord. They're trying to infiltrate you. They want your cryptocurrency. Yeah. If you are in any doubt whatsoever, you can catch me at 4 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. So come here and ask me questions. But yeah, good that you came here, bro. That's how we do it. And I promise you, I will never ask you for money, guys. If anything, I'll give money away. There's only one 2-bit in there. I just checked. Yeah, there shouldn't be anyone at all, which means if they are in the Discord, which I literally yeet people out of there every day. I wonder if it's, I wonder where they are. It must be one of these 2 people. I think it's this one. Kick you out. See you later. If you can't do the verification as well, you get yeeted out. So yeah. Dios señor. Scammers join, then make fake accounts. Yeah, but every single person that joins our Discord, I vet them. So they have to do the onboarding mechanism. And then I keep an eye on who is in the actual main Discord, as does Craig, as does Curtis as well. So yeah, we make sure that we've got no like random 2-bitters in there. Equally, people are like, oh, it says like community champion or whatever. You're like, nope, you're not coming in either. Montreal, Canada, I speak French. I don't speak. I speak a little bit of French, not lots. I tried to get the chat going in Discord a little, like you said. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, I definitely got going. I would shout out to Crypto1633. He is top of the pops tonight as well, 150 XRP. Shout out to you, XRP, XP. I know you've been posting stuff in there, so yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, it'd be cool if we can get the chat going in there. It'd be nice. Be good, like, you know, get things moving, get things talking. That's what it's about, isn't it? That's what it's about. And then we'll build out the Discord and do some other stuff in there as well. So yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody being a legend, being a real G. Do you see BTC 68K by the end of Sunday? Man, I mean, depends. I mean, if there genuinely is a de-escalation about to happen in Iran, then you could argue that we might see a little bit of further upside in the price of BTC. I feel like I can't help it, but I feel like it's a bit of a Trump-arena mechanic. You know, what do they call it? A Trump taco. Trump always caves. Is it? What was it? No, it's Trump always chickens out. Every now and then, someone does slip through via the help section or the meetings page, but usually pick them up and ban them in time. Yeah, exactly. That's why you guys are in there. So, do I see Bitcoin at 68K by the end of Sunday? Maybe, yeah. We get a low liquidity weekend. You get, some sort of infrastructure attack in the Gulf. Then, yeah, might get pretty tasty. Can you reinvest your rewards with as a miner? Yes. On the platform, you can, yeah. Curtis, refer to me properly with my new name, please. The hustle, Tom. 5-minute bear, Dave, going for a short trade. There you go. I mean, yeah. I mean, we wouldn't have got stopped out on this, so still in play. We'd be down a little bit right now, though. Yeah, we'd be down 197 if we were. I think is it like 1,000? No, like $500 maybe. Can we, as your supporters, get some heads up right before you launch the 2-bit coin? So we will definitely get it announced in the Discord. So here's how it will work when we do launch it. You guys will obviously hear a little bit more on the live streams because they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It'll be posted into the premium Discord first, and then probably like half an hour to an hour later, we'll post it into the main Discord. Then we'll launch it into social media. But I'll just be dead honest, it's not anytime soon, all right? So it's not like I'm going to launch it tomorrow or anything crazy like that. you'll start to get a sentiment of it building up, and you'll start to get a few little things and all that stuff. Tim says on Azza, can we withdraw full investment in time? No, you can't withdraw your investment. You can't withdraw. I can't see a way in which you do it. It's once it's in, and then obviously you're then looking to get your rewards back out. So you just can withdraw your rewards. We'll have to look into it. We could be waiting for some time to go to the moon, waiting for the crypto casino to pay out. I mean, that's true as well, yeah. That's true as well. I've heard Robert Dover is a legend. But yeah, that is the thing with Azza. That yeah, you once it's in. Which I think is gold mining the same or not? Is gold mining once it's in? I've never used it, so I don't really know. I just went and hopefully got a nice drop back to 70k. Look, he's going short on BTC. Let's get it. How's that going to play out for you? All eyes are watching. By the way, if you haven't already hit the like button, then do hit the like button, which would be great. Is it a good level of gold for swing buy for gold? I mean, maybe. Magic Race is stop pumping it. I mean, is gold a reversal trade right now on the? I mean, I feel like gold isn't. I feel like gold's gonna. I mean, don't forget you're in aftermarket, so again you have to see, but. I mean, really, you're probably arguing gold's going to head to around 4,300 would be my prediction here. Look, this is kind of the last big wick down. We've not visited this before. That would be my prediction there on, that would be my prediction that we could see this sort of push down to. So yeah, we will see. With Oscar putting 4K in and not being able to get it back out, it's crazy knowing you need to wait 69 days for investment back. I mean, that is pretty wild. I mean, that's what I was saying the other day. I would never be in a world of putting look, if I had a $4 million portfolio, then maybe I'd be tempted. But like, if I lost 1,000, fine. You can lose 1,000 on a trade. It's like, all right, whatever. Not that I want to lose 1,000, just to be clear on this. I'm not saying that I can afford to lose $1,000 because I can't, but I guess it's all managing risk, isn't it? It's all managing risks. Fairground says, ETH's looking good. I tried to short gold many times. I shorted silver at 118 and chickened out. Yeah, I mean, like I said, after hours on markets, particularly on the gold and silver market. So yeah, it's kind of one of those, and it's like, well, see what happens. But I mean, BTC, well, yeah, it's maybe not it's not making its, it's not playing ball for a short trade, is it? Not playing ball on the short trade there on the 15-minute. Why is it the one time I do a short trade, short Bitcoin, it's doing the opposite, usually over a long Bitcoin for a laugh, and I get liquidated on that, but finally not on a short. I mean, it depends where you are. I mean, I don't know what you're margining. Again, you got to wait for what's happening. This is obviously probably a bit of Trump news, and even if you said, well, look at that as a cup and handle pattern, it's still probably going to play out. The problem you've got is that the expectation maybe is this upper range here of around 71.2. Oh, I didn't mean to do that before potentially it comes down, but hey, worthwhile. That's why I was initially concerned was getting profits out of Azza. Well, look, again, this is kind of where I get to in the world of I'm going to just I'll take my rewards out every day. I'm reducing the risk. So now I'm 66 days until I break even. Risk versus reward, isn't it? I think, again, you've got to make the decision. I could lose $1,000 on a trade. I could lose $1,000 in meme coin. Fine. Would I put 50% of my portfolio in? No, that would be fucking insane. And equally, by the way, you can just go and earn yield elsewhere else. You've got to be mindful of it. But for me, I was like, okay, 60 days. Market sentiment feels pretty solid at the minute, even if we got a little bit of a push down, because really with anything, it's the risk of market pushing down, isn't it? The overall underlying asset completely falling to pieces, which is what you're seeing with things like, silver and gold and all that kind of stuff at the minute. So, yeah. I always watch 4-hour week. Okay, that's it for me, guys. We're kings tonight again. 2-bit. Mate. Grimmer, thank you so much. Yeah, I forgot. I'm not live tomorrow night. Saturday night off, baby. My little boy's got his first proper football game tomorrow, so he's got his kit. He's got to be there for the morning. He's playing a proper five-a-side against a proper team as well. So I'm excited about that. I can't wait to go and watch him play, actually. Bear in mind, he's only 6. He's only 6 and he's playing his first proper football game. So I'm excited about that. It'd be good. So I've got that, and then I've got my normal 9-to-5 job, but fine. Fairground says, buy into ETH, baby. I mean, we'll see. 21.60. I mean, don't forget, I want this to push down, by the way, because I'm in we're in 2... Grimmer, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hopefully we catch you tomorrow, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. As always, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. So, yeah. Let me just move you guys there. TikTok. I haven't seen you all night. Yeah, so we're in, 2 short trades. So the Tau one is now obviously not looking as great as it was done. So, like, oh, yeah, cheers for that. This fly is really stressing me out. So, yeah. Now down 255 on the Aero and only up 46 cents on the Tau trade. So Tau obviously coming back. VHS is so excited. I hope your son loves to play. Yeah, I mean, he sort of had one little game, but it was like a bit of a friendly. Like tomorrow is full kits. Got to turn up at this time. Like proper, yeah. Like they're a good team as well. So can't wait. Can't wait. BF says very cute. Wishing him good luck. Do share a pic of the game and how many goals did they? Yeah, he scored 3 last time. So yeah, fingers crossed. But he's dead excited. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Craig, if I don't do that often, but was feeling it. What's that? Tim says he tosses. Tim, now I'm going to dig to find out how long it's been out. Oh, what? As a miner? I think you'll be able to see on their business things, right? Let's have a quick look. LLC documents. So they filed their LLC document 12th of October. The official certificate of Denver, Colorado, 12th of October 2025 at 9:56 in the morning. The LLC was filed on the 12th. Yeah, so the 12th of October by the looks of it is where they filed everything. So. XCN, please, 2-bit. Okay, this will be the last one, and then I'm out of here for the weekend. XCN down about 1%. Let's bring it up on a daily candle here. So yeah, I mean, capitulating down. Look at this pattern though, back into this trend line. You know that we talked about would have been a nice little TP one there if you got in at the bottom. But yeah, I mean, this looks like it's probably. I mean, you could argue and say, well, you know, maybe it becomes that. Maybe it starts to become a longer pennant pattern there that, you know, maybe starts to just trade a little bit more. I'd be looking for a reaction there, potentially off the 50, but lower range there at 2045. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. The good thing is they got going us. It's solar and AI mining. I mean, that's true. I mean, like I said, it's one of those, isn't it? You got a risk versus reward. I mean, it's been going for 5 months, hasn't it? So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I can reach out to the team. I can reach out to the dev team and be like, hey, like a couple of people I know are interested. Like, can you share this info? You know, can do that as well. Do that as well. Right, everybody. We have been live an hour and 30 minutes. So that is going to bring us to the end of the stream as always. Hopefully you got some good value out of that, okay? Hopefully you got some worthy notes out of there. And if you did enjoy it, by the way, do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're brand new as well. And if you're watching this on a catch-up, do come and join us. 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. Every single day we break these markets down. I, however, will not be live tomorrow. I don't stream on a Saturday. So if you are interested, then we'll be back Sunday night as always. And yeah, thank you all for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it. Look out for more content on the second channel, 2-Bit Finance. Again, more stuff around silver and a few other bits of the market. But as always, thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. Keep you guys close to the market. If you haven't already joined our Discord, do so. We'll be posting stuff in there. And I will see you guys back here Sunday night live and ready for a new week in the crypto market. See you soon, everybody. Take care.